In this episode of Consumer Times, we dive deep into IS-14534 to 1998, an Indian standard that plays a crucial role in protecting our ecosystem and promoting sustainable packaging practices. Discover why the seemingly technical standard matters to every consumer, how it benefits both businesses and the environment, and what it means for the future of packaging in India. Hello and welcome back to Consumer Times, where we decode the standards, regulations, and practices that shape your everyday consumer experience. Today, we're talking about something that might sound technical but has a profound impact on our environment and our future, IS-14534, 1998. This Indian standard is quietly working behind the scenes to protect our ecosystem, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why every conscious consumer should know about it. So, before we dive into what exactly is IS-14534 to 1998, what is all about, please give your valuable comments, like, share and subscribe. This is the Indian standard for guidelines on the development of environmental aspects in product standards. In simpler terms, it's a framework that helps manufacturers and standard-making bodies incorporate environmental considerations into product development and packaging. Think of it as a rulebook that ensures products are designed with Mother Nature in mind, right from the drawing board to the disposal stage. Now, you might be wondering why this matters to you as a consumer. Here's the reality: every product we buy comes with an environmental footprint. From the raw materials extracted to make it, to the energy consumed during manufacturing, to the packaging it comes in, and finally to what happens when we throw it away. IS-14534 to 1998 provides a systematic approach to minimize this footprint at every stage. It's not just about being eco-friendly on paper. It's about creating tangible, measurable environmental benefits that protect our air, water, soil, and biodiversity. The importance of this standard for our ecosystem cannot be overstated. India faces significant environmental challenges, from mounting plastic waste in our oceans and landfills to air pollution in our cities, from depleting natural resources to loss of biodiversity. IS-14534 to 1998 addresses these issues by promoting what we call life cycle thinking. This means looking at a product's entire journey, from cradle to grave, and identifying opportunities to reduce environmental harm at each stage. When manufacturers follow this standard, they're encouraged to choose materials that are renewable, recyclable, or biodegradable. They're pushed to design products that use less energy during production. They're guided to create packaging that minimizes waste. And crucially, they're required to think about what happens to the product after its useful life ends. Can it be recycled? Can it be composted? Will it break down naturally without releasing toxins? These aren't just nice-to-have features anymore. They're becoming essential considerations in product development. The benefits of IS-14534 to 1998 extend far beyond just environmental protection. Let's talk about what this means for different stakeholders. For consumers like you and me, this standard ensures that the products we buy are less harmful to the environment. It means cleaner air and water for our communities. It means reduced exposure to toxic substances. It means a healthier planet for our children and future generations. When you choose products that comply with environmental standards, you're voting with your wallet for a sustainable future. For businesses, implementing IS-14534 to 1998 might seem like an additional burden at first, but it actually offers significant advantages. Companies that adopt environmental standards early often discover cost savings through improved efficiency and reduced waste. They gain a competitive edge in an increasingly eco-conscious market. They build stronger brand reputation and customer loyalty. And importantly, they're better prepared for future environmental regulations that will inevitably become more stringent. Forward-thinking companies understand that sustainability isn't just good ethics, it's good business. For our economy as a whole, this standard promotes innovation in green technologies and sustainable materials. It creates opportunities for new businesses in recycling, waste management, and eco-friendly product development. It helps Indian manufacturers meet international environmental standards, making our products more competitive in global markets. And it reduces the long-term costs associated with environmental degradation, costs that society ultimately pays through healthcare expenses, cleanup efforts, and loss of natural resources. Let's look at some practical applications. Consider the packaging industry, which is one of the biggest contributors to plastic waste. When packaging manufacturers follow IS-14534 to 1998, they're guided to reduce material usage, choose recyclable or compostable materials, eliminate toxic inks and adhesives, and design for easy disassembly and recycling. You've probably noticed some products now coming in paper-based packaging instead of plastic, or bottles made from recycled materials. That's the standard at work. Or think about the electronics industry. Electronic waste is one of the fastest growing waste streams globally, containing both valuable materials and hazardous substances. IS-14534 to 1998 encourages electronics manufacturers to design products that last longer, can be easily repaired and upgraded, use fewer hazardous materials, and can be efficiently disassembled for recycling. This means your old phone or laptop doesn't just end up poisoning the soil in a landfill. The standard also has important implications for how products are labeled and marketed. It promotes honest, transparent communication about environmental claims. This helps consumers make informed choices and protects against greenwashing, where companies falsely portray their products as environmentally friendly. When you see environmental claims on products, standards like IS-14534 to 1998 provide the backbone for verifying those claims. However, implementing this standard isn't without challenges. Small and medium enterprises might struggle with the technical knowledge and resources needed for compliance. There's often a need for investment in new technologies or processes. And there can be resistance to change, especially when upfront costs are involved. This is where government support, industry collaboration, and consumer awareness become crucial. When consumers demand environmentally responsible products, it creates market pressure that drives adoption of such standards. Looking ahead, IS-14534 to 1998 represents just one piece of India's growing commitment to environmental sustainability. As climate change and environmental degradation become more pressing issues, standards like this will evolve and become more comprehensive. We're likely to see stricter requirements, broader applications across industries, and better integration with international environmental standards. The companies and consumers who embrace these changes now will be the leaders and beneficiaries of tomorrow's green economy. So what can you do as a conscious consumer? Start by looking for products that mention compliance with environmental standards. Support companies that demonstrate genuine commitment to sustainability. Reduce your own environmental footprint through mindful consumption. And most importantly, spread awareness about why these standards matter. Every purchase decision you make is a vote for the kind of world you want to live in. IS-14534 to 1998 might be a technical standard with a bureaucratic name, but its impact is deeply human. It's about breathing cleaner air, drinking safer water, and leaving behind a planet that can sustain future generations. It's about recognizing that we are all stakeholders in our shared environment, and that the choices we make today, as consumers, businesses, and policymakers, will determine the quality of life for millions of people yet to come. That's all for today's episode of Consumer Times. If you found this information valuable, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments what other consumer standards or topics you'd like us to cover. Until next time, stay informed, stay conscious, and keep making choices that matter.